A chronic drunken driver behind the wheel in a deadly crash will remain behind bars for now. But it's these kinds of cases that have lawmakers debating the right system to keep repeat offenders off the road. Today, the Hawaii Paroling Authority revoked the parole for 50-year-old Kenneth Lay, keeping him behind bars at least for a while. Lay already has several convictions for drunken driving on the mainland when on Kauai in 1994, a drunk and speeding Lay struck a telephone pole on Kuhio Highway and killed 2 passengers in his car. He was convicted on several charges, including negligent homicide, and sentenced to 25 years.
The guy who hit me, he was a repeat offender.
A few years ago, a repeat offender hit Representative Sharon Har, smashing up her car and sparking her drive to enact stricter laws in Hawaii for drunken drivers.
Unfortunately, Laura, here in the state of Hawaii, chronic drunk driving is a major problem that we're dealing, and clearly it makes our roads unsafe, it makes our residents unsafe, and therefore the legislature passed starting in 2008, we've passed the first ignition interlock law, which basically set down the framework and put together a task force.
The ignition interlock system keeps a car from starting if a person blows more than a .02. And she says a driver must keep testing every few minutes to ensure they stay sober. She says since the law went into effect in 2011, the system has prohibited well over 6,000 vehicle starts. By the end of last year, that included at least 466 drivers whose blood alcohol level was twice the legal limit, and 70 over 3 times the legal limit. By 2007, Lay had been paroled in Maryland under his parents' care. Last year, he was convicted yet again. Just the kind of person Har hopes her efforts will keep off the road.
So we're able to track this information, which I think is clearly in the best interests of the state as well as all of our citizens.
Now, the newly enacted Justice Reinvestment Act will give Lay another shot at parole in just a few months. Under Act 139, as it's called, convicts who have violated the parole for the first time and who have a job and residence set up qualify to get out of prison early. Lay goes before the parole board again in December.